Okay, I'm doing a giveaway. Whoever subscribes to my YouTube channel will be in the running for it. I'm sorry it's for US only because I don't want to have to deal with customs and everything at the post office. But anyway, my first giveaway is going to be in this cute little gift bag. And the items that you're going to get will be some stitch markers, cute little tape measure, some yarn, a pair of scissors, and this nifty little crochet hook holder that I made myself from my 3D printer, and it fits Furls hooks perfectly. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can get in the running, and I am going to do the drawing on October 15th. So go ahead and start subscribing, and I'll also start adding some more YouTube tutorials. I'm trying to do at least 2 a week. So go ahead and subscribe so you'll be the first in the know when they come out. Thank you. In this video tutorial, we are going to make the Yarnspirations hanging skeleton. The materials you'll need for this is some red heart with love, 1 skein of eggshell, and some black yarn. You'll need a 5mm crochet hook, some fiberfill, stitch markers, and a yarn needle. And you'll need to download this pattern. I'll provide the link from the Yarnspirations website on the description box below. And there's also an option where you can shop for the entire kit, so you can just purchase it all at once. So go ahead and download your pattern, and we will get started. We are going to start with the skull portion, and what you're going to do is you're going to make your slip knot, and then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to work 6 single crochet and the second chain from the hook. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to pull on your tail. And then for round 2, we're going to work in continuous rounds. We're going to work 2 single crochet in each stitch around, so you're going to have 12 stitches. So we're going to make sure we have our 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to do 2 single crochet in each stitch. Now when you make your first single crochet, put your stitch marker in there so you'll know where you began. Then you're going to do another one in the same stitch. It's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So now we're going to start round 3. On this round, you're going to single crochet in the first stitch and then 2 single crochet in the next. You should have 18 stitches. So we're going to do 1, don't forget your stitch marker, 2 in the next, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's count and make sure we have 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alrighty. Now we'll start on round 4. And on round 4, you'll single crochet in the first 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch, then 2 single crochet in each of the next 2, and then 2 in the next, and then you'll have 24 stitches. So I'm going to do 1, 2, do 2 in this stitch, and 1, 2, 2 stitches in the next, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know if you can hear my stomach growling. It's embarrassing. Sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2 single crochet in the last stitch. Alrighty, now we'll go to round 5. Going to do a single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. I'm going to go 1, put your stitch marker in there, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, then a single crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, 3, then 2 single crochet in the next. I'll go ahead and pull some yarn. And single crochet in the next 3. And 2 single in the next. And 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 2 single crochet in the last stitch. 1 and 2. Okay, then you're going to start on round 6. So to show that we're on round 6, we're going to count our rounds. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our next row is round 6. And you're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches and then 2 single crochet in the next. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 in the next, and then 1 single crochet in the next 4, and then 2 single crochet in the next, and continue that round, and then I will meet you back when I'm done with this round. Okay, now we're going to continue to round 7 through 12. Round 7 through 12, you're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So you will crochet in each stitch around from row 7 to 12, and then once you're done with your 12th row and I'm done with my 12th row, I will meet you back here and we'll continue on with the rest. Now that I've completed round 12, we are going to start on round 13, and what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet 2 together and then single crochet in the next 4 stitches and then single crochet 2 together, and we'll repeat that throughout the row. So how I do my single crochet 2 together, it's called an invisible decrease, and I do it this way. I go through the front loop of this stitch and then at the front loop of the second stitch, wrap my yarn around my hook, pull up through both of those loops, and then complete my single crochet. So that's single crochet 2 together. It's the invisible decrease. And then we're going to do a single crochet in the next 4 stitches. It's 1, 2, oops, 3, and 4. Then we're going to do a single crochet 2 together. Go through that front loop, the next loop, go up and do your single crochet. Then do 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you do your single crochet 2 together. You'll do 4 more single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet 2 together, 1, 2 together, there you go, and we'll do 4 more, 1, 2, pull some yarn, 3, 4, single crochet 2 together, then 4 single crochet, there, my gosh. Single crochet 2 together, 4 single, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alrighty, now we're going to repeat round 7, which is a single crochet in each stitch around. So you'll just do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and then I'll meet you back and we will do round 13. Or was it? Yeah, no, we'll do round, yes. You know what? I'm noticing something on this pattern. 7 through 12, round 13, single crochet, and it says round 14, and there's another round 13. I think that's supposed to be a 15. Ooh-wee. Okay, So I will meet you back here after we do our round 14, and then we'll continue with the rest of the skull. Now that I've completed round 14, we are going to do round 15, although it does say it's round 13. It's actually it's going to be round 15. And what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then a single crochet 2 together in the next. And we're going to do that routinely around this round. So we're going to do a single crochet in the first 2. It's 1. 2 and a single crochet 2 together, then 2 single crochet, then a single crochet 2 together, then 2 single crochet, and you'll repeat this sequence all the way around, and then I will meet you back. Now that we've come to the end of our round on round 15, we're going to fasten off. So you just cut your yarn. And what I do, I usually just slip stitch into the next stitch and just pull up my yarn through that loop, and then I want to kind of hide my tail. So I get my darning needle and I go through this right here. Then I come back up through there, kind of make it look a little invisible there. And then I weave my tail down through here. I just let the tail hang inside because nobody's gonna see it. So anyway, now that we've finished the skull portion, we're going to do the jaw portion next. So make sure that you download your pattern, and it's by, the design is by Sharon Mann. Make sure you download your pattern so you can look at this as well. And some people don't like watching tutorials because they like to read the pattern better, and then some people can only do tutorials because they can't read the pattern, but it's still good to have the pattern downloaded anyway, just in case as a reference. So we will get started on the jaw. So you'll use your white yarn again and then get everything ready for the jaw, and I'll meet you right back here. Now we're ready to do the jaw. We're going to chain 2. So you're going to do your slip knot, and you're going to chain 2. 1, 2, and then you're going to work 6 single crochet in the second chain from the hook, just like we did in the beginning. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we gotta make sure that we have 6 stitches. Make sure you count, make sure you have them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're gonna do the same like we did in the beginning. We're gonna work in continuous rounds, so make sure that you have your stitch marker. You're gonna do 2 single crochet in each stitch around. So we're gonna start our first single crochet, then you're gonna place your stitch marker there, and then you're gonna single crochet in the same stitch. And in each stitch around, so you should have 12 stitches, 12 single crochets when you get to the end of the round, and I will meet you back when you're done with your 12 single crochets. Now we're going to start on round 3. You're going to single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the next, so you're going to have 18 stitches at the end. You're going to do 1, put your stitch marker there, 2 single crochet in the same stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, 2 in the next, and repeat this all the way around, and I will meet you back at the end. Now we're going to do round 4, and you're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 2 single crochet in the next. So you're going to do 1, 2, then 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2, then 2 single crochet in the next, and repeat this all the way around, and you should have 24 stitches at the end. Now that we finished round 4, we're going to do rounds 5 through 7, and rounds 5 through 7 you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. So just do 1 single crochet in each stitch around through rows 5 through 7, and then I'll meet you back here. I'm at the end of round 7, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to slip stitch into this first stitch, and then I'm going to fasten off, and I'm going to weave in my tail. And go ahead and weave in your ends, and then we will get started on the mouth. Now that you have your black yarn, we're going to start on the mouth, and you're going to make 2 of these. So with your black yarn, you're going to do your slip knot, and then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to work 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. And black yarn is very hard to crochet with. It's hard to see, so you gotta have good eyesight for this. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to pull on my tail, kind of close that up. And now on round 2, we're going to work in continuous rounds like we have before. And you're going to work 2 single crochet in each stitch around, so you're going to have 12. So I'm going to do 1, 2, don't forget your stitch marker like I almost did. Do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Round 3, we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the next, and that's 18 stitches you should have at the end of your round. So we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch, one in the next, 2 in the next, one in the next, 2, one. Sorry if I seem shaky. It might be my medication. It's weird. Sometimes I get really shaky on it. Sometimes I don't. Okay, and the last 2, 1 and 2. Alrighty. Now we're going to do round 4, single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 2 single crochet in the next stitch. You're gonna have 24 stitches. I'm gonna do 1, and then another one in the next stitch, 2 in the next, then 1 in the next 2 stitches, 2 in the next, 1 in the next 2, 2 in the next, 1 in the next 2, 2 in the next, 1 in the next 2, 2 in the next, 1 in the next 2, and then 2 in the last stitch. Alrighty, and then we're going to fasten off. And I'm going to slip stitch into that second stitch there, pull my tail out. And I'm going to weave in the ends, and once you weave in your ends, do another mouthpiece, because you have to have 2, and then when you're done with those, we will start working on the skull eyes, and we'll have to make 2 of those. So go ahead and finish your other mouth, and I will meet you back when I'm finished with my other one. Now we're going to start with our skull eyes, and you're going to make 2 of each. And on this it says to chain 2, but I want it seems like when I do a magic ring that my holes in the middle of the work are closed than rather doing the chain 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a magic ring. And then I'm going to do a magic ring and chain 1, and then I'm going to do 6 single crochet in that ring. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then it says you fasten off. I'm going to close my ring, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that first stitch, and then I'm going to fasten off, pull up that loop, and then I'm going to weave in my ends, and then go ahead and weave in your ends, and then make another eye, and I will meet you back when I'm finished. Okay, still using our black yarn. We're going to do the skull nose a little different than what it says on the pattern. The way I do it, I kind of like it a lot better because it makes it look more like a triangle. So what I do is I do a slip stitch and I chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I do a single crochet from the second chain from the hook and all the way down. So I'll have 4 single crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I chain 1 and I turn my work, and then I'm going to single crochet 2 together, 1, 2, and single crochet, and then I single crochet the last 2 stitches together. And then I chain 1, and then I single crochet 2 together, and then I fasten off, pull my loop, and now I have a triangle for our nose. So weave in those ends, and I will get back to you as soon as I'm done weaving in my ends, and we'll start on the body. So get your white yarn ready. Now we are starting on the body, and we start at the neck. And what you're going to do, it says chain 2, but I am going to do a magic ring. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to do 6 single crochet into this ring. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to pull my tail a little, and then 6. I'm going to close that ring, and then we're going to continue doing this in continuous rounds, so you'll need your stitch marker for this. And then for round 2, we're going to single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochet in the next. You should have 9 stitches at the end of this round. So we're going to do 1 single crochet, then you're going to put in your stitch marker in that first stitch, and then you're going to do 2 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in the next, oops, 1, 2, 1 in the next, 2 in the next, and then let's make sure we have 9 stitches. Let me close my loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, we got 9. Now rounds 3 through 5, you're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch around, so you'll still have 9 stitches. So do rounds 3 through 5, and then I'll meet you back here for round 6. I wanted to mention that your work's going to kind of curl up on you. Kind of flip it out like this, because you want these outer you want the outside of it to be visible. So continue with your rounds 3 through 5, and I'll meet you back for round 6. Okay, now we're doing round 6. So you're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 2 single crochet in the next. So you're going to do 1, put your stitch marker on there, 2, and then 2 single crochet in the next, and 1 single crochet in the next 2, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 2, 2 single crochet in the last. Oops. Then round 7, you are going to single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the next, and we're supposed to have 18 stitches at the end of round 7. So you're going to single crochet in the next, 2 single crochet in the next, 1 in the next, then 2 in the next, 1, then 2, 1, then 2, 1, then 2, 1, and then 2. And then it says we should have 18 stitches. Let's count them just to make sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, got 18 stitches. Now we're gonna do round 8. And in this round, you're gonna single crochet in the next 2 stitches, then 2 single crochet in the next. So you're gonna crochet 1, and then another crochet in the second stitch, 2 in the next, 1 in the next 2, two in the next, 1 in the next 2. Oops. Pull some of my yarn. Whoa, sorry. All right, we're gonna 2, 2, 1, 2, 1 in the next 2, and 2, 1 in the next 2, and 2, 1 in the next 2, and then 2 in the last stitch. Alrighty, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. Now we're going to start on row 9. You're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then 2 single crochet in the next. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, then 2 single crochet in this next stitch, and then you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 3, 2 single crochet in the next, and repeat that all the way around, and then I will meet you back for round 10. Okay, now if it looks like a big old nipple, then you're doing it right. Thank goodness we ain't doing this in pink. But anyway, now we're going to start on round 10. In round 10, you're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and you will have 30 stitches when you come to the end of that round. And I'll meet you back and we'll start on round 11. Now we're going to use both colors at the same time. So what I want you to do is to grab your black yarn, do your slip knot, and it says to do a single crochet with color A in the next stitch. Don't complete that first double crochet. Just have these 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to grab your black yarn and you're going to put it on your hook, and then you're going to go through those 2 loops right there. Okay, your white yarn is right here. You're going to crochet over your white yarn and your tail, your black tail, because we're going to carry our white yarn all the way around because we're going to have to pick that back up. So what you're going to do is we're going to do 13 single crochets with the black, and you're going to keep this along as you're crocheting, and you're going to crochet over that. So we're going to do 1. I'm going to try to put my tail down there so I can grab that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna kind of tug on them. I'm gonna go ahead and let my black, I'm not gonna crochet anymore on my black. I'll continue crocheting over my white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Whoops, I forgot to put my stitch marker in my first stitch. But we know that the first single crochet was white, so I'm just gonna stick that right there. Okay, now after we got our 13, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then we are going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches with our white yarn. And you're going to carry your black yarn with you. So make sure you got your black yarn under there. You're going to go 1 and 2. You know what? We're going to do something different. Pull out that last black stitch. We're gonna do like we did in the beginning. You're gonna not complete that last black stitch. Then you're gonna pull up your white yarn, go through those 2 stitches like that, and then we're gonna do our 2 white single crochets. 1, 2. Okay, then after we do those 2, then we're going to change to our black yarn, but I'm sorry, undo one of those white stitches. We're gonna not complete it, and you're gonna pull up your black, and you're gonna crochet in it like that. Okay, whoops, pull on your white yarn to make it like that. Okay, then after those 2 white stitches, then we're going to change to our black yarn and single crochet in the next 13, and make sure you carry your white yarn with you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. Instead of completing our 13 in black, we're going to just pull up those 2 loops, grab our white yarn, go through like that, and it says to do the last stitch with white, so make sure you crochet over your black yarn right there, and then we've finished that row. So now it says to cut B, so you're going to cut your black yarn, and then we're going to continue rows 12 through 13, and you're just going to do a single crochet all the way around in white and crochet over your tail to kind of lock it in there. So go ahead and do your rounds 12 and 13 with white, and I will meet you back around to round 14, and then we'll just repeat round 11 again. Okay, now that I finished round 12 and 13, which was our 2 rows of just white and single crochet in each stitch. Now we're going to do round 14, and we're going to do that the same way we did round 11. So you're going to go ahead and put a slip knot in your black yarn, and then you're going to do a single crochet in the first stitch, but don't complete it. You're going to take your black yarn, put it on your hook, and then you are going to go ahead and complete that single crochet. And then make sure you put your stitch marker right there. And now we're going to do 13 black single crochets, and you're going to have to crochet over your white yarn to carry it around. with you. So do 13 black single crochets. It's 1. I'm going to pull on my yarn a little. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Don't finish that 13. You're going to take your white yarn and go through those 2 loops to complete a single crochet. Kind of pull your black yarn a little tight. Now you're going to carry your black yarn with you while we do our 2 stitches in white. I'm going to do 1 and 2. Don't complete that one. You're going to put your black yarn through that. Kind of tug on your yarn a little. Now we're going to do 13 more black. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't complete that one. And then you're going to change to your white. You're going to finish that single crochet right there. Kind of tug on your black a little. And then you're going to do your last stitch in white. Crochet over my tail. Then we've completed that row. And then what you're going to do is you're going to clip off your black yarn, and then we are going to do, let's see, repeat round 12 for rounds 15 and 16. So the next 2 rounds are going to be just single crochet in white. So go ahead and do the next 2 rounds in white and just a single crochet in each stitch around, and then I will come back and we'll do round 17 together. Now we've come to round 17 and we're going to repeat round 11. So make sure you put your slip knot in your black yarn because we're going to start using that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our single crochet, but we're not going to complete it because we're going to put our black yarn on our hook, and then we're going to complete it with the black yarn like so. And then you're going to put in your stitch marker, and then we're going to do 13 stitches in black, and be sure to carry your white yarn with you as you go. So let me tighten up my little tail there, and then we will continue to do our 13 black. It's 1, 2, 3, let me tug on my yarn here, 4, 5, I'm going to let my black yarn drop back there. Oh, I was. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let me make sure I got, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're gonna do our 13, but we're not gonna complete that. We're gonna complete it with our white yarn. So there's 13 black, and we're gonna do 2 in white. It's 1. And we're not gonna complete that last white one. We're gonna pick up our black yarn again and do it that way. And then we're gonna do 13 more black. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't finish the last 13. Pick up your white, finish it right there, and then you're going to complete your last stitch in white. Like so. Okay. Now you're going to repeat round 12, so you're going to do 2 more rounds of white, and then round 20 you're going to repeat round 11 with your black yarn again. And I will meet you back here and we will start round 23. So I want you to do rounds, let's see what round we're on here. We repeated, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you're going to complete rounds 18 through 22, and then I will meet you back here for round 23. Now we're going to start with round 23, and what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then a single crochet 2 together in the next, and we're going to repeat that sequence all the way around, and we should have 24 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet in the next 2. It's 1, 2, and then we're going to do a single crochet 2 together. Remember how we did that? We went through the first stitch and then the next stitch. Bring up your yarn through both loops and then go ahead and complete your single crochet. That's the invisible decrease. Then you're going to do a single crochet in the next 2. 1, 2, and then a single crochet 2 together, and you're going to repeat that sequence all the way around, and then I'll meet you back and then we'll do round 24. Now we've completed round 23, we're going to do round 24, and you're just going to repeat round 10, and that's just a single crochet in each stitch around. So do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and then I'll meet you back here and we'll fasten off. Okay, I've completed round 24, and now what we're going to do is we're going to fasten off. So I'm going to do a slip stitch in this first stitch, and then cut my yarn, pull up my tail, and then I'm going to thread it on my needle. Then I'm going to go through, I'm going to skip this and go through this one. And then I'm going to come back up through this one. I'm going to pull it, and then I'm going to turn it around, and then I'm going to weave my tail through the inside so I can hide my tails. I'm gonna weave that in. You can cut it or you can just shove it in there, add to the filling. And we've completed our skeleton, the body of it, and now we are going to start on the arms. So we're going to use our white yarn for that, so go ahead and do your slip knot, and then I'll meet you back here in a few minutes and we will do our arm. Okay, do your slip knot, and what we're going to do, you're going to make 2 of these, 2 arms. So you're going to work 6 single crochet in the second chain from the hook, but I'm going to, instead of doing that, I'm going to do my magic circle. I mean, you can do it the way the pattern says if you want, but I just prefer the magic circle method. So I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to do 6 single crochet inside my magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to pull my ring. And then we're going to do, for rounds 2 and 4, we're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So you're just going to have 6 stitches. So go over to that stitch. And don't forget your stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and it's starting to curl up on me. So I'm going to push it inside out like that, pull on my tail, and then I'm going to do another round of just single crochet in each stitch. So we'll have 6. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Get in there. Okay, so we did that. Now for row 5, we're going to chain 1, but we're going to work in the back loops only. So you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to single crochet in the next 5 stitches, and you're going to work in the back loops only. So we're going to do, that's 1. Put your stitch marker. I don't even know if we need our stitch marker anymore after this, but we'll see. That's 1 in the back loop, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now it says row 6 through 24, you're just going to repeat row 5. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn this way. You're going to take out your stitch marker, and you're going to crochet in the back loops only. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to chain 1 and turn, doing the back loops only again. 1, whoops, I went through both, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to repeat that until you have 24 rows, and then I will meet you back here and we'll do rows 25 through 27 together. I've completed all the rows 26 through 24. Now we're going to start rows 25 through 27, and we're going to single crochet through both loops this time. So you're going to chain 1 and turn, and then you're going to crochet through both loops all the way across. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's 25. Then we're into row 26 the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do row 27 the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now row 28 is where we're going to do the fingers. So you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you turn your work. You're going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. So that's 1 and 2. You're going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. And then you're going to slip stitch in the next 3 chains. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay, and then after that it says you're going to slip in the first single crochet. So we're going to do it through this. Here we're going to do a slip stitch through that single crochet. And then we're going to single crochet in the next single crochet. And then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. And then the next 3 chains. And then you're going to slip stitch into the single crochet just worked. So you're going to slip back into that same one. And then you're going to single crochet in the next single crochet. And then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to do your slip stitches down the chain again. It's 1, whoops, 2, 3, okay, then you're going to slip stitch in that same chain, in that same stitch that you just worked your previous. And then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and slip stitch down the chain, starting at the second chain from the hook. It's 1, 2, 3, same single crochet that you worked. And then you're going to single crochet in the last single crochet. And then you're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch down the chain again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to slip stitch in that same single crochet that you just came out of. And we should have 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now you're going to fasten off. You'll weave in your end, and then it says you will tie both sides of the arm together at row 14. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So around 14. It's probably about right here. So I'm going to get me some yarn. I'm just going to fold it and do the middle. I'm just going to come through here. I'm going to come through here. Well, actually through here, because this is going to be, we're going to sew it on that way. So go ahead and put your yarn through the little sides like so. I don't know why it did that. I'm such a dingling sometimes. Let me do this again. All right, go back in there. And then you're just gonna tie this. And it kind of makes its elbow. And then you'll weave those in. So that's your arm right there with the little elbow. And you're gonna make another arm just like this. The legs are worked the same way, except they're a little bit longer. So instead of, let's see, instead of 28 complete rows, you're gonna do 30, there's gonna be 30 complete rows for the legs, and the toes are the same way on row 30 for the toes. So do your other arm and do 2 of your legs, and then I will meet you back here and we'll put our skeleton together. Now we're going to start sewing everything together. You're going to get your jaw, and you're going to get one of your mouthpieces, and you're going to cut a good length of yarn that'll sew around the entire area. And how I do this is I stick this on top of my jaw, and then I go through the stitch right here, and then this other stitch on the mouthpiece, pull it through, and then I go back through the black piece and then through the next stitch on the white, and then I go through the white and through the next stitch of the black, and I'll do this all the way around. Now, before you come to the end, leave a gap, probably about 1 inch, and we can shove our fiber fill in there. So continue around until you get to about where there's 1 inch left, and then we'll start stuffing. Oh, okay, now I have a little opening right there. I'm going to start putting some fiber fill in it. Start stuffing it. Once you have that stuffed, then you're going to sew up the remainder of the stitches. black stitches are so hard to see. Okay, I've come to the end. Now I'm just gonna tie this together. And then an easy way to hide your tails is simply threading that yarn through, going up through like that, just pull it through, snip it, do the same with your other piece of yarn, just stick it on through, pull it through a hole, snip, and we finished with that part. Now we're going to do the same thing with the skull and the other mouthpiece. So go ahead and sew around like you did on the jaw and leave a little gap so you can put some fiber fill in there and then sew up the rest, and then I'll meet you back around and we'll work on the rest. Okay, I've got my skull, my mouthpiece sewed on here, and my jaw and my mouthpiece sewed on here. And now what we're going to do is see how we're going to put it together, like this. It's going to be its mouth. So we're going to do 12 stitches in the back, and I will show you how to do that. You'll have to get your white yarn, so get it long enough piece so you'll have enough for 12 stitches in the back. And this is putting our head together. So I'm going to stick these together like this. And it really doesn't matter where you start. I just want to make sure that I have sections that I want in the front, because my mouth's going to be open like this. So I'm going to sew back here. So let's see, I'll come up through here, go through 2 of the white stitches, and through 2 there. That's 1. Whoops, I got some of the black in there. That's 2. And we're just going to whip stitch 12 stitches. That's 3. That's 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11 and 12. All right, so that's the back. And then his mouth is going to be open like this. So go ahead and tie off your ends, and then we will, let's see, what are we going to do after this? After we do that, then we're going to sew the eyes and the nose to the front of the skull. So you're going to use your black yarn for that. And here's my eyes and my nose. And I'm gonna place my eyes where I want them. And then see if that's a good place. And then my nose. And then I'm gonna sew those on. So go ahead and sew your eyes and your nose on after you secure this. And then we'll start stitching around the mouth. Okay, I'm just gonna show you real quick how I'm sewing my eyes and nose on. I'm coming up through the same stitch where my black stitch went through, and then I come up through one of the blacks, and then I go through a black stitch and come up around in here, and then I come back up through here and then go up through another black stitch, and I'll go in the corner, come up through there, and I'll come back up through, and then I'll just do this all the way around. And then I'll come back through the first stitch that I started and come up through there. And then let me make sure this looks nice and neat. And then I'll just tie it off like this. And then I'll thread my needle again, and I'll go back through that same hole, and it'll hide the knot. And then I'll take my other piece, I'll go back through that same hole, and see, that knot's gone. And then I will just clip off these two. Oops. And you can see where I came out, but you can take your needle and just poke in there, and it'll get those stitches hidden. You keep just poking it, and they'll eventually slip down, and then you won't be able to see them. So now we're going to start doing the mouth, the threads for the mouth. So go ahead and pull off some more black yarn and put it on your needle, and then we'll get started. Now we're going to start on the little lines right here for the mouth. And you can do this either way you want. I know on the bottom right here, it shows that there's only 5 lines. So I'm going to cut off some yarn. And thread my needle. And I'm going to start, let's see, I want this part to be in the middle. So I'm going to come up through that black part. Then I'm going to go back up through. And then I'm going to go back through and then go over about a space, probably right here. And it doesn't have to be exactly like it is in the picture. It can be however you want. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then I'm going to go back up through here where I came out of and go back up through the black. Some of the foam or the fiberfill might come out, but you can clean that up later. I'm going to go back through another piece. gonna go over, I'm actually gonna go over it twice because it looks a little bit thicker on in the picture. So I'm gonna double it here. Double my strings. There, like that. I'll go back through this one, and I'll come up through this side. I'll come over this way. Then I'll do another one. I don't like how that twisted. Let me see if I can straighten that out. Well, I'll just leave it that way. Doesn't have to be perfect. No, it doesn't. Okay. I'm going to do one more. Come through here, go over on this side. I think I should go a little bit over. One more. Make sure it's kind of even on both sides. Alrighty, go back through. And then you'll do the same for the top. So go ahead and get started on your mouthpieces, and then we'll go back, and then you'll do the top portion, and then we'll start sewing on our arms and legs. Now that I have my mouth done, we are going to fill up our body. So go ahead and get some fiber fill and fill up the body of your skeleton. And then we're gonna just whip stitch across the bottom to seal it shut. So just keep on stuffing. Kind of shape it a little. Get some, make sure you get the foam up into the head. Might need to take some out and put some in that head or the neck. I'm gonna stuff that neck. Get it up in there. Stuff some more. Okay, and then you just start stuffing the body. And make sure you cut off enough white yarn so you can sew along the bottom to close it up. Kind of shape it. You can make them fat if you want to make them fat. That's fine. It's your skeleton. Do it any way you want. You can even put little eyelashes on them if you want. Okay, I'll try to get some up in that corner up there. Even it out a little. Okay, I'm going to get some of my yarn, long piece. And then I'm just going to whip stitch it closed. So kind of fold it like this. And then just go through both sides of stitches. And just whip stitch it closed, and then do this all the way to the end, and then once we get this done, then we'll start attaching our arms and legs. Okay, now we can start attaching everything. you're gonna sew your neck right here to this portion, and you can sew it however you like. Just attach it, and then you're gonna take your arm, and I usually go above one line of the black and I attach it right here on both sides, and then you will attach your legs. I usually attach it right here and just let them dangle, and then once I get my arms and legs attached and my head attached, I will hang it on my front door and you will see how it looks.